WWE 2K25, the Golden Era Universe, Part 9. All right, here we go. Continue show. All right, we got, yes, this Part 9. We should be able to do these 4 matches in Part 9. So we got Axe and Uncle Elmer. Here we go. This should be interesting. Uncle Elmer, Hillbilly Jim's uncle. All right. Axe and Elmer. Elmer was a massive guy. He was huge. And I mean, Axe is big, but Elmer makes him look small. Elmer was a really large guy, one of the super heavyweights of. Lost a lot of super heavyweights in the Golden Era. Kamala, One Man Gang, Andre the Giant, of course, Uncle Elmer, King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd. Just like either like really tall or really heavy, super heavyweight guys. I say like guys over yeah, probably either over 400 pounds. Yeah, I guess you consider super heavyweight like any guy over 400 pounds and if they're over 400 pounds or over 6'6". They were I gotta consider them one in the super heavyweight category. Some were both, and some were if you're one or the other. So I was like Hulk. I would consider like Hulk Hogan. I consider on like the low end of the super heavyweight, like giant category. He was huge, but he was about 300. But yeah, he was tall enough to just be at the bottom of that. But yeah, there's the other guys like Big John Studd, guys 6'10", Andre 7 feet. The giants of that time. Like I said, either if they were over, I guess that's good. Either over 6'6" or over 400 pounds, I consider super heavyweights. All right, Axe has come back now. We got Elmer's in the chin lock here. But Elmer was definitely one of the super heavyweight wrestlers. Pursuing a giant. Yeah, not super heavyweight because they weren't all like super heavy, but like I said, either like over 6'6", over 6.5 feet, or over 400 pounds. To consider the larger wrestlers. Earthquake's another one. Nice elbow. But... All right, Elmer. Actually, that was a fairly quick match. Took care of Axe pretty quick.
Here is your winner, Hillbilly
All right, that was that's the announcement for him. It was the best they could probably get. All right, next match. All right, this is George the Animal and Kamala against the Dream Team. This is interesting, this match. But that's what the AI threw together, so let's see here. Beefcake and Valentine, the Dream Team against unusual team here, Kamala and George the Animal. Although their characters are actually similar because they didn't talk and yeah, they acted like yeah, they didn't like they acted like they were crazy and stuff like that. So they actually it's actually not a bad tag team. Well, yeah, Kamala was another one. This is one of the big guys of that time. I just call them the big guys because they were either over 400 and tall, or tall. Yeah, George Animal Steel wasn't involved in many tag. He was a singles wrestler mostly. Kamal and both these guys they weren't tag team wrestlers, but they kind of got randomly thrown together by the AI here, because I let the AI control it. So because I like to be surprised what's coming up next, so that's why I let the AI do it. It's more fun for me because I could set up each and every match and control every aspect of it, but I like letting the AI do it because I like the randomness of it, and that's pretty random. George the Animal and Kamal is a random tag team. I gotta up the cage match percentage in the AI so that it does more because I haven't gotten any cage matches. I gotta up the percentage so I get more cage matches. Because I think I put it at 5% chance of cage match. I have to maybe I'll up it to 10 because you can set the AI's what chances of what kind of match it does. There's a glitch. Greg Valentine's keeping him from fighting. There they go. Nice knee lift by Beefcake. This is pre-Barber Brutus Beefcake. This is basically bad guy Brutus Beefcake. Then he became Brutus the Barber when he turned good. Yeah, only one of these guys is actually in the game is the George the Animal. The rest are creations. Although Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine have been in 2K games. Kamala has never been in a WWE2K game. They need to get him in there. Hopefully, yeah, they'll get all these guys. Because I love a complete or at least nearly complete Golden Era roster in the game. Get a lot more legends in there. Because if you look, there was about 50, like say 1987, there was about 50 to 60 wrestlers on the roster. It'd be nice if they could add, even just say there's 60, add 50 of them. Be nice just to have a more complete, so you can recreate that time period with in-game wrestlers, not have to use creations. That'd be really cool. So if they're gonna have so few create a wrestler spots, that they should have more. They get wrestlers in the game. Here's Kamala off the. Look at this throwing good like a shoulder tackle from Kamala. That was pretty cool. And he kicked out. You see, Mattel actually, I guess they apparently acquired the rights to LJN, so they're re-releasing the LJN wrestling figures a little bit and creating some new ones that weren't in the original set too. Because they got Hogan and Warrior coming, and they also got John Cena who wasn't in the original set, but they like perfectly recreating the Hogan and Warrior ones are they're perfectly recreations of the original. They're basically just re-releasing them, and then they added wrestlers that weren't in the set. Um, Dusty Rhodes, Logan Paul, John Cena. I forget who else, but yeah, it's actually kind of cool because it's like a retro series of the original WWF figures that came out. The first series, the company called LJN got the first one to get the license. It's only a few companies have had the license. LJN had it, then Hasbro, then Jakks, then Mattel had the toy license, and but LJN was the original. Then they're kind of recreating it. It's pretty cool. I remember basically re-releasing the LJN figures. It's actually very, very cool. They've been you can look it up. I think Target has them. You can pre-order them on Target. But I think they're sold out though. But it's actually very cool what they're doing with the original packaging and everything. They need to do that with Hasbro too. I think they did do some Hasbro. I don't know if Mattel did that, but I wonder if they're going to redo the ring and the cage and all that stuff. It's pretty cool because yeah, if you want those LJN figures now, they're the originals. They're so expensive because they're so valuable now. So these recreations are cheaper. They're still 25 each, but so they're not cheap, but they're not hundreds each to get. So it's actually probably lower the value of the originals because they're re-releasing them at 25 each. They're that's probably going to hurt the market for the originals. A nice splash by Kamala. But if you're a collector, it's pretty cool, especially if you missed you weren't around for the original series because it was a long time ago. It's you can get them, or if you were around and you like don't have them anymore, you can recollect and put them on a shelf or something. So it's actually pretty cool. But Mattel, they do a really good job. But yeah, Mattel and 2K, they do. Mattel does a great job with the figures, and the 2K does a great job with the games. And hopefully they both keep the licenses because they're doing a good job. Especially 2K, they keep the like because they're building 2K is building something really good here with this game. It gets better every year. They keep adding stuff. It'd be like a reset if another company acquired the rights. Like EA got it, it'd be like starting over. So hopefully 2K can continue building on this because they really got a good thing going here. All right, Kamala and Georgiano beat the Dream Team.
Here are your winners, Carl Malandra and George Steele.
They don't have the announcement. Kamala's not in the game. They don't have the announcement, so they did the best they could. Yeah, I love to see Kamala in the game. Wonder if the re-release the Kamala LJN. He was in the set. It looks like they want to re-release the entire set. That's what it looks like they're trying to do. All right, next. That's pretty cool stuff. Next match. All right, we got this is interesting. The Islanders against Piper and Andre. Another unusual tag match. That's a weird team, but this is cool. That's why this is why I'd let the AI do it because this is cool. Yeah, I got to change the. I'm not getting any cage. I got to change the percentages because I'm not getting any cage matches that I wanted some cage matches. All right, Andre's on Tama now. Yeah, this would have interesting. I don't know if Andre the Giant and Roddy Piper ever tag teamed, but it's gonna the AI put them together here. This is cool about the universe. So Andre and Piper could like turn on each other and break up the team, and teams are gonna form and break up, and it's pretty cool. Just kind of let it evolve. You could kind of just enjoy the story. All right, here comes Haku. A double head. Oh, Piper got busted open. I like how they do that. The screen flashes red when somebody gets cut open. Here goes Piper. Nice backdrop. He's probably gonna kick out of that. Haku saved him. Nice double elbow there. High cross body for a cover. Here comes Andre. He's gonna stop that. Andre and Haku were a tag team for a time. Towards the end of Andre's career, Andre pretty much ended his WWE career in ring with Haku. That was his last matches were tag teaming with Haku in WWE. He did some stuff in Japan and stuff, but he was with the Bushwhackers. But his when he was actually in the match, it was his last in match was with Haku in WWE. Here's a cover. Got him.
Here are your winners, Tama and Haku, the Islanders.
There you go. Pretty cool. All right, next match. I think this is our main event now. I think this is the main event. All right, well, yeah, one man gang versus Typhoon with Earthquake in his corner. Okay, cool. Here we go. Yeah, I was debating whether to use a Keem or the one man gang, and I actually could have used both, but in this, I wanted to use one or the other because it was the same person that played both characters. But I liked him better as one man gang, so I went with that. Typhoon, yeah, he was a good guy. This guy he was a good guy as Tugboat, and then he became a bad guy and became Typhoon, and teamed up with Earthquake. Oh, over the top rope he goes. So yeah, this is why I wish I could speed up the count out or slow it down, whatever I'm in the mood to do. More likely speed it up because it's really the ref count's really slow. Wish you could set the countouts for, up to like 60, up to a minute, from 10, or from 5. Yeah, every in increments of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way to 60. Have longer countouts because you can go up to 20, but it's cool you can go to 60. Just to do things they don't do. That'd be just a cool option. We're up to 80. We may have a count out here. Nope. Wow, they got it 9. That was close. Yeah, the AI rarely gets counted out and never gets disqualified. I've never seen the AI get disqualified. They actually could tweak that a little so it happens a little bit more often. They get counted out here and there, but I've yet to see the AI get disqualified in this game. If you turn DQs on, they don't do anything that gets them disqualified. Yeah, I would definitely pick the one-man gang in this match. Earthquake hasn't really done anything yet. Hasn't done anything at all. He's out there, but he hasn't done anything. Oh, there he is. He's doing something now. Oh, he's gonna take the turnbuckle off. That's what when they're in their corner, that's usually what they do. Then the ref will reattach it later. There he is reattaching it. Right. Nice elbow. Earthquake just jumped up and jumped down. I don't know what he's doing there. Kick out by Typhoon. See, I picked the gang to win this match, so yeah, we'll see if I'm right. There's the Gourd Buster. That was his finisher. Got him. All right, I picked that one right.
Here is your winner, One Man Gang!
Yeah, they got the audio to do one man gang. That's good, even though he's not in the game. They need to get him in the game too. I don't think he's never been in 2K. There's so many wrestlers I'd like to see them get in this game. All right, that'll end that card. I'll start the next card though. Yeah, that's the end of the card. Let's see, I have time to. Yeah, I'll start the next card. Right. I gotta add some people. I gotta add some more shows and stuff like that. So like just doing these for now though. Basically recreating like Saturday, like it was Saturday Morning Wrestling. All right. Nice open. That should be the main event. Ultimate Warrior vs King Kong Bundy. Good match. Jumpin' Jim against One Man Gang. Paul Orndorff versus Haku. Okay, cool. Yes, Mike created Paul Orndorff because he's coming to the game in a few months. Ricky Steamboat versus Uncle Elmer. All right. Shawn Michaels versus Jersey Animal Steel. Cowboy Bob versus Junkyard Dog. Rick Rude versus the Honky Dog Man. Bad News versus Davey Boy. Axel versus Dynamite Kid in the main event. Yeah, a Warrior and Bundy probably should be the main event, but yeah, that's the AI isn't going to do what it's going to do. So, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. Yeah, 9 match card. It's I don't know why it's just not an even 10, but That's the way it is. 9 matches. All right, let's do Warrior and Bundy. This should be fun. Yeah, the leadoff matches probably should be the main event, but Warrior, nice shoulder tackle. Yeah, I don't know. Warrior and Bundy ever fought. That would have been a good match. Yeah, I can't think of them having a match, but maybe they did. I don't know. Because yeah, it was Bundy with the Warrior came in. I don't know if Bundy left and came back, and Warrior might have had his whole run while Bundy was gone. Because Warrior came in like 87. I'm trying to think if Bundy was there. Yeah, Bundy might have left and then came back after, because Bundy came back in like the 90s. Yeah, I think Bundy might have been out of there. Warrior came in and Bundy had just left, and they missed each other, I think. And then Bundy came back and Warrior was gone. Yeah, I don't think this ever happened because I think they missed each other. I think Bundy might have left in 87 or 88, and Warrior came in like in 87. They might have slightly overlapped, but not by much. Yeah, I don't think that would it would have happened. It's too bad. All right, Warrior taking it to Bundy, working on the leg. Not that Warrior was a limb targeting wrestler, but yeah, I like to use the limb targeting slider with the more like Bret Hart and stuff like that more. And guys like Warrior, they weren't really good wrestlers as far as technical wrestling. Um, yeah, they lower the limb targeting. Nice knee, Bundy to the Warrior. Bundy with a small package, yeah, that's not something you would do. Yeah, I said this. You're not going to get perfect realism to it, but they're going to do stuff they wouldn't do. But yeah, it's right. It's actually kind of cool when they do stuff they wouldn't do. Like Andre jumping off the top rope, which Andre actually did do that, but very rarely. All right, got a cover, and he kicked out. That might be it. I kicked out. You'd favor the Warrior in this match because the Warrior. I think Warrior still has the highest winning percentage in history of wrestling. He rarely lost. Yeah, I think he never. I don't think he ever tapped out, and he got pinned a handful of times. I think his winning percentage is like 98% or something like that. I could be wrong, but I had read that somewhere that Warrior has the highest winning percentage in wrestling history. Because yeah, I can only think of a few times. When did he lose? Rick Rude beat him at WrestleMania 5. Hogan beat him at Halloween Havoc 98. And they were pins, they weren't tap outs. Slaughter beat him at Royal Rumble 91. That's three I can think of. Warrior. Oh, something's gonna happen. Him and Warrior and Hillbilly Jim still going at it. Yeah, this is like my longest running feud in this universe: the Hillbilly Jim and the Warrior. All right. Yeah, I'll do another match. Guess they're gonna fight next card. All right, we got Jumpin' Jim against the Gang with his tag team partner in the corner. All right, he's fighting out. You gotta favor the Gang here for sure. These matches are going. I gotta set these matches are going kind of short, but yeah, my ideal match length is about 10 minutes. That's good. It's long enough to tell a good story and have a good quality back and forth match. But it doesn't drag. It's not too long and it's not too short. It's like it's a 10 minutes. Yeah, you want to ask me what the ideal match like this? 10 minutes. If I had to pick a number, I'd say 10 minutes. Because sometimes 15 is good. Over 20 is a little too long. And five is too short. Like I think 10 is the sweet spot. So I like to do 10-minute Ironman matches because you got a good. They're also good for content for YouTube, 10-minute videos. But yeah, because you can have a good match, and it's not too short or too long. And you can control the length. All right, the Gang is he should win this. Let's see if B Brian can help Jim Brazell out though. Nice power slam. That's it. Yeah, not surprised there. Gang makes fairly quick work of Jumping Jim there.
Here is your winner, One Man Gang!
All right. All right, next match. Paul Orndorff versus Haku. This is pretty cool. Haku doesn't have Tama with him. A lot of when I have the tag team partners in the corner, but they're just out there alone. So Haku's in the game. This is a created Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. But he is coming in about. Say I'm recording this in July. He's coming about August, September, October, in about 4 months. He's coming in mid November, so yeah, I'll probably delete this creation with when the official Paul Orndorff comes out in November. But until then, I have this one to use. It's a pretty good creation too. This Paul Orndorff, it looks pretty good. Yeah, sometimes some of the you go to community creations, some of them are better than the in-game one. If somebody makes a wrestler's in the game already, and they create them the way they want them, the creation is actually better than the in-game one. Some of them, I mean, they probably copy the in-game one and then they tweak it and make it look better. But some of the creators is amazing. They'll like take who's in the game? They'll take Andre the Giant and make an even better Andre the Giant than the in-game one. And like I said, they probably copy the in-game one so they can use that as a foundation to build off of, and then they make them even better. Here's Trading Blows. Here they go. Haku taking it to him here. Got a 2 count. Oh, he just busted him open on the turnbuckle. The turnbuckle's like a nice cushion though. I don't know how he busted him open on the turnbuckle, but got him. Paul Orndorff beats Haku.
Here is your winner, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Wow, they have the announcement. Oh, of course they have the announcement. He's coming to the game. They would have his name announcement perfect because he's in the game. Makes sense. All right, next match. Ricky Steamboat versus Uncle Elmer. Interesting. Yeah, this is cool because you don't know what the AI is going to come up with. You basically just feed them the wrestlers, and the AI will puts them together, makes the matches for you. It's really cool. I mean, yeah, like I said, you have total control. You can create your own matches and all that stuff. But I like to just give the AI the wrestlers and let AI do it. So I'm surprised. It just makes it more fun for me. You don't know what matches are. Let the AI be have the creative control, I guess you could say. All right, Uncle Elmer. The Uncle Elmer famously had the wedding on Saturday night's main event. Back was at 85. Was that the first? It was one of the early Saturday nights. I think it was in 85. It was one of the early Saturday nights main events. Because I think Hillbilly Jim came in '84. Then he started like it was like the starting like I guess he was bringing his family in. So he had Uncle Elmer and Cousin Junior and Cousin Luke, and I think there was four. I think there was four of them. And Uncle Elmer was the big one, and he had the wedding. And Uncle Elmer, I think he had he fought yeah, I think he only had one WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 2. He fought Adrian Adonis at WrestleMania 2. I think that was it. Steamboat had a few WrestleMania matches, but I think Uncle Elmer was it. I think you go watch WrestleMania 2. It was the Los Angeles portion of WrestleMania 2. Towards the end of the show, he fought Adrian Adonis. That was the only. Trying to think. Yeah, that was yeah. He didn't fight at any of the WrestleManias, so that was his one and only WrestleMania match. Nice close on by Steamboat. Yeah, this is a great this is one of the great technical wrestlers of all time against a super heavyweight here. Steamboat was a great ring technician, one of the best. Put him right there with Bret Hart and who else is and Macho Man and Shawn Michaels is good. I mean, there's some good wrestlers that can actually really wrestle. They could do the like the technical part of the actual the wrestling. They can do some good stuff.
Here is your winner, Hillbilly March.
And not surprised that Elmer won. All right, next match. Yeah, these matches going kind of quick. We can fit more matches in each video though, if they're a little quicker. All right, Shawn Michaels versus George Animal Steel. That's an interesting one too. Yeah, George the Animal's like a. He's not, you got Shawn Michaels is high flying mat technician, and then you got George, who's yeah, George. How do you bro? He's not a high flyer. Wasn't like a power. It's like a man, not a Mac tech. He was like I guess he was a George was a brawler. I guess you would fit him into that character. More of a brawling, just fighting wrestler. He was so yeah, he was so crazy, George the Animal. So it's hard to put it where he was. I guess he best thing to call him a brawler because he wasn't a power guy. He wasn't a mat technician. He was just you didn't know what George was gonna do. Glad they got him in the game. All right, Sean's getting him here. Yeah, I guess you have to give the advantage to Sean here, but George, yeah, George is just so unpredictable. You don't know. It was a tough match to call. Oh, caught him power slam. That kick. That was a nice move by George. Stomping on his hand. Yeah, just stomp right on his head. Yeah, I don't think this match ever happened. George the Animal and Shawn Michaels 1-on-1. This I don't know if they were ever even in the ring together. So I guess George's last match must have been at. Let's see. I think the George WrestleMania. Well, he wasn't in the match. He was at WrestleMania 3. He wasn't in a match though. Was that his last WrestleMania appearance? I think yeah. Was George? Did he have a match at WrestleMania 2? I can't remember. I can't remember. I think he was. I just remember George was. He was in Ricky Steamboat's corner at WrestleMania 3. So he was. He's been involved in the early WrestleManias. All right, Sean won. I think he. I think
Here
he
is
was
your
at 2.
winner, the Superstar.
Why does it say the superstar? Shawn Michaels is in the game. Let's see if I can edit that. All right. Let's see how much time I have. Okay, I can do another match. These load times are a little. Not that they're long, but they're a little long. Cowboy Bob and the Junkyard Dog. Cool match. Junkyard Dog's coming to the game in 4 months in November. About 4 months from when I'm recording this. And looking forward to that. See what hopefully I hope they have him in the red tights like this. But when he comes out, it'll free up some create a wrestler spot for me because I'll have a pull order and a Junkyard Dog. I can delete them and use the official ones. So I can put some more wrestlers in their spot. Nice move by Dog there. I wish 2K would figure out the way to transfer your creative wrestlers to the next year, so I don't have to keep redoing my roster every year. But hopefully one day they figure out how to do that, or do it. If they, yeah, if they, I don't. Maybe it's difficult to do. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. But if they ever do it, it'd be nice because it's a once a year you got to redo your roster. I mean, you don't have to. You could just stop buying the game and just have your roster as it is, permanent. Something like that. Oh, here comes Jake the Snake. Interesting. I mean, yeah, if you could just set up your roster in 2K25 and then just play that and never buy a new one, so you don't have to redo your roster. That's a solution to redoing your roster. But yeah, I gotta get the new one every year for my channel. So, and plus I would get it anyway. But so just to keep redoing the roster till maybe they figure out a way to just transfer your save. All right, There's Jake. The ref doesn't even care. He's gonna put the DDT on him. Look at this. Ref's just standing there. This guy is kind of weird. He's gonna just count. Yeah, that was kind of weird how the ref didn't care that that happened.
Here is your winner, Junkyard Dog.
See, he's coming to the game. They have his announcement perfect. So they already see they already have the announcement set up. They're all ready for him. Just waiting for the release date, which is like November 12th or something. It's November 13th, November 12th, somewhere in there. It's coming out. All right. I have time for another match on this. Let's see what the next match is here. I'm not sure if I want to do another match. If it's a one-on-one match, I'll do it. If it's not, I'll end part 9 here. Yeah, it's a one-on-one. How much time I got? Say about 9 minutes before the clip ends. I'm gonna end the video here. This will be the end of part 9, and we'll see you at part 10.